So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was the main event. It was the AEW World Heavyweight Champion MJF versus Ricky Starks 1-on-1 for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship and the Dynamite Diamond Ring. That's what the match is for. Is the main event, and it was a pretty good match. Ricky Starks and MJF was going back and forth in this match. MJF going after Ricky Starks' arm majority of the time in this match. At one point, we see Ricky Starks hit a nice ass spear onto MJF. And, both arms down pretty much by the count of 9 up until Ricky Starks threw his hand over MJF, pins him 1, 2, MJF barely kicking out at 2, but he locks on the Salt of the Earth onto Ricky Starks, but then Ricky Starks is about to grab the ropes with his other arm, but then MJF grabs that arm and locks in the submission hold, and Ricky Starks is trying to use one of his feet, and MJF grabs the other foot as well, and then up until Ricky Starks uses his other foot to get the ropes. So yeah, MJF had no choice but to break it up, and both of them was going back and forth again, but then at the ending, we see Ricky Starks trying to hit Rochambeau onto him, but MJF goes over his shoulders, hides behind the referee. Ricky Starks moves the referee out the way, but while the referee has back turned and all that, because he got kind of like pushed out the way, MJF hits a low blow onto him, kicking him in the nuts, and then rolling him up for an inside cradle, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, MJF defeated Ricky Starks tonight on Dynamite and has retained the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. That's what happened. Pretty good match. For that match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. That was probably match of the night in my opinion. So yeah, really good stuff. But then after the match was over, MJF starts walking up the ramp and stuff, celebrating up until Bryan Danielson comes walking out. He kind of gets face to face with MJF, but he starts chasing MJF. MJF starts running. He runs through the crowd and he escapes Bryan Danielson barely. So yeah, that's what happened there. And Bryan Danielson gets in the ring and he helps Ricky Starks up. So it looks like MJF's next opponent will be Bryan Danielson. I bet that's going to be some really good stuff right there for sure. But yep, it looks like that's going to be the next feud. Bryan Danielson versus MJF for the world title at the next pay-per-view, whenever it is. So yeah, like I said, for that match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. For tonight's AEW Dynamite, I gotta give it 7.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Tonight's Dynamite was pretty good. It wasn't that bad, but yeah, it was some stuff, But yep, that's what happened there. That has been my AEW Dynamite reviews. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Bales, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. And I'll be down there in the description box, and I'll see you guys later for this Friday Night SmackDown reviews. See you guys later. Until then.